welcome everyone to the first ever HCA Career Pathways online event. We're very excited to welcome back 5 of our fantastic graduates, all of whom are going to share some information about the career pathways that they have taken since graduation. I know there's always a lot of questions, particularly from dentists, about what do I need to do? Where do I go? Some people are looking to get into other careers. We have a very strong dental focus with today's panel, and we'll have a future panel where we're looking at alternate careers also for people who have a dental history. But I think today's panel is going to help answer a lot of those questions that I simply can't answer. And I know a lot of our faculty members struggle with, because we want to be able to provide you with kind of good information about what to expect. All we do know is that it's not easy, and that the exams are really hard and the process is expensive. So that's pretty much all that we're able to share. But really being able to give you with kind of better information is good. So we have an awesome panel to start with. And I think we'll just kind of get into that now. So our first speaker is Pallavi Sharma. She is an extremely organized person. She's a compassionate learner and has a real passion for dental hygiene. She's got a Bachelor of Dental Surgery and is from Punjab in India. And currently she's working as a dental administrator and assistant, and she's also pursuing her passion towards her career as a dental hygienist. So I am now going to stop sharing my screen and turn the event over to her. If we can make sure that everybody is on mute while she's speaking, that would be awesome. Okay. All right, over to you, Pallavi, for some introductory comments.
Hi, Julie. Hi, everyone. Julie, thank you so much for having me here today. So just to introduce myself, my name is Pallavi Sharma, and I am a dentist back home as well, like most of you guys. And I have been in Canada for about 3 years now. And the reason why I chose dentistry was back in high school. It was a little situation that I had. And I started to have bleeding gums, and I noticed there was a little difference in the appearance in my lower anterior teeth than the other teeth in my mouth. So people normally tend to go to a dentist when in pain, and I was honestly, I was one of them. So after getting in checked from the dentist, I got to know I had a toothbrush trauma, and I will need a surgery, which I later got to know that was called frenectomy. I had no one in my family from a dental background to guide me about what exactly was going on. So I just decided to get into this industry, get into this field, and know more about dentistry. So after finishing up my dental school, I chose to pursue my career abroad, and I came to St. Lawrence for healthcare and administration. Most of you might wonder why healthcare administration should be done after dental. Well, that's what I thought as well when I decided to go for it. But then it hit me I'm moving to a completely new place, a completely new country, and I'll be amongst new people, new culture. And I felt like it's better to begin everything from scratch rather than just diving into the conclusion. And healthcare administration is a perfect program for it, and it actually gives you the insight about the healthcare industry in Canada. And it made me understand what I will be expecting for my future, and I actually got a better direction. While I was in healthcare administration, it also made me realize how wide this industry is, and from how little efforts you can actually make a difference in an individual's life. And after graduating, to be honest, I was really confident about myself and the path I needed to go to. So I just started working on it after graduating, and luckily I got a job in Toronto as a dental administrator. And it's almost been 2 years. I'll be working there, and I really love what I do. And also, I just started dental hygiene, as Julie mentioned, about a month ago. And the reason for me starting hygiene is so I could spread awareness among people from all around the globe of how important it is to maintain your oral hygiene. So that's my story.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And we will come back to you in the questions and answers. I know I've got a few questions for you as well. Um, so thank you for those introductory comments. All right, if we can now get Himalata to turn on your mic and your video. Perfect. Over to you now for your introduction.
So, good afternoon, all. First of all, I would like to thank Ms. Julie for giving me this opportunity of coming in front of you guys. So, myself, HemaLatha Challagulla. I have done my graduation in dentistry from India. Why dentistry? To be very frank, I missed my MBBS with just 6 marks, and my dad never believed in second chance. So I ended up in dentistry. But then I took dentistry as my profession, and I have to deal with this, and I developed my love towards it. And I came to Canada immediately after my graduation in 2017. So why healthcare administration and why Canada? So one of my relatives who stays in US guided me to take healthcare administration, and first I applied for US and got rejected 3 times, and then I went through other options like Canada, UK, and other countries, and then I came to know that Canada is the best country for health careers in health field. So now I'm really thankful to US for rejecting me. And so yeah, as soon as I came to Canada, and I started my healthcare administration, and in my first year in healthcare administration, I started my documentation process with NDEB. So I would like to share my journey in this process, so that might help you guys. So I first started in 2017, and my journey has all ups and downs. It's not so smooth. So I would like to take extra 2 more minutes to tell this briefly, because I don't want you guys to think it's an easy process, and you shouldn't be getting depressed if it's not going as per your plan. So I have sent my documents in 2017 for NDEB, and there was a small mistake in my internship date, and they replied me back after 6 months saying that it was there was a small mistake, and I lost my 6 months of time. It was not my mistake nor my parents' mistake. It was just because of university wrote a wrong date, and I lost my 6 months of time. And again, they took 3-4 months to recheck my documents after sending it back. So I lost almost 1 year with that documentation process. And then in my second year in St. Lawrence College, I started my preparation for fundamental knowledge exam. And I used to go to Mississauga every weekend. I remember I used to start around 3 o'clock in the morning every Saturday. I used to take megabus, go to Mississauga, take classes on Saturdays and Sundays, return back to Kingston again on Sunday evening. So I used to come back around Sunday midnight. So in this way, I have prepared for my fundamental knowledge exam. It was not that easy, and unfortunately, I flunked for the first exam. My first attempt was gone, maybe because I didn't give my 100% of time. So in my second attempt, I used to give my 100%, and I used to prepare for almost 10 to 12 hours a day. I used to go to library at around 9 o'clock in the morning, and used to return back around 9 p.m. in the night. So I used to be the first person to enter and last person to come out. So I stopped cooking, and everything was taken care by my family. So I'm fortunate to get that support. So I wish you guys get the same support. And I know people who used to eat in gurudwars, and they used to study the same sitting in libraries for hours and hours. So this exam needs your time and your effort. So please don't take this exam light. This is my sincere suggestion. And after that, starting with my clinical judgment, I got my AFK result, and within 5 minutes all all the prometric centers were booked, and I didn't get a chance to book for my prometric exam. That is for my second exam. So I think I only have London, UK available and Australia, but I don't want to go out of Canada. So I didn't give my exam in November 2019. So again, I lost my 6 months of time. And now in May, I should have given my exam. And because of COVID, again, I lost my 6 months of time. So now on September 29th, that is like 3-4 days back, I gave my clinical judgment exam, and now I'm waiting for my results. So my sincere suggestion for you guys is don't take this exam light, and don't think this exam can be completed in 1 or 2 years. This exam needs your time and effort. So you have to think that 5 to 6 years of your life is not in your hands. I know people who gave first exam and second exam and flunked 3 times in their third exam and started the process all over again. So it's not an easy process, and even financially, it's not that easy. But we are fortunate now because the CIBC is giving us loan. So once you get registered for the exam, you'll be getting a loan from the CIBC if you show them the registration. So yeah, this is about myself and my small journey in this NDEB exam. So I'm always there for you to answer your questions. So, and that's it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Himalata. And I am sorry I got so excited about getting to you. I forgot to read your bio. And you've gone over most of it. You're a passionate dentist from India. When I think of dentists in our class and kind of over time, you're always the first one that I think of.
Thank you.
And that's because you spoke to me so early about wanting to pursue your exams, and you had such an absolute drive to get your licensure in Canada. And because you were actively studying while in the program, and I know that was a huge challenge for you. So thank you very much for taking the time to share. And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions from the students who have joined us. Our next speaker is Sandy Mathews, and she's also, and we've got these women of passion on this panel. She's also an aspiring healthcare administrator with dental experience. She's always got a smile on her face. And perhaps it's because she's so enthusiastic about people management and teeth that she's got that smile. I'm not sure. She's the daughter of an orthodontist. She's been fascinated with teeth since the age of 5. Sandy's also working through the licensure process in Canada and may have a story to share with us about surviving part-time work in Kingston at the bakery in Metro and the difference between English muffins and regular muffins. All right, with that, I will turn it over to you, Sandy. You are on mute right now.
Hi there. Thank you so much, Julie, for having me here. And also, side note, hi, Angie. I'm so glad that after such a long time, I'm getting to do this with you as well. So, so I'm Sandy. I graduated from the healthcare administration course at Kingston in December of 2018. I was in the same batch as Pallavi, in fact. Both of us did the course together. And why dentistry? Well, Julie kind of answered it. My father is an orthodontist. And so I've always been fascinated by teeth in a way. And I've always been into something more artistic, not kind of just books. So my dad was just like, always, I've been told, like, you have the hand for it, you have the skill for it, you'll make a great dentist, someday, and things like that. And so it was inevitable for me to fall in that same path. And so I ended up being a dentist in India, came here, and why healthcare administration? I've gotten this question a lot of times. And to be honest, as soon as I finished my dentistry in India, which was about 2015, like late 2015. So the start of 2016, I was looking into different options because, like I said, my passion is dentistry. I've always been fascinated by it. And I had this urge to learn more. And so I was looking into different options out there and if I can be a dentist in Canada, US, UK, and I saw the path to Canada seemed a little hard, but a little bit more straightforward to me at that time. And I should talk about that as well in a few moments. And so I came down to looking at the different options as to how do I get here and what would be the best career path to take or best course to take that would allow me to transition into a dental career flawlessly, or will help me integrate all of my dental knowledge in an appropriate fashion. And I believe that healthcare administration is one of those really good courses that does that, and especially the one at Kingston. I met some fantastic people, had some fantastic memories I can share later on even, and it was a full-fledged course and really helped me to understand the administrative side of things here in Canada, because when you think about dentistry, any dental student knows how to properly do a cavity preparation. It's the same around the world. Yes, there are certain criteria and things like that that you look into, but ultimately knowledge is knowledge when it comes to those type of things. And what you really need to know is how to integrate your culture. I mean, the cultural stuff behind it, the ethics behind it, the laws, rules, regulations. It changes from country to country, and that's important to know. And so healthcare administration does a very good job into helping you understand all of that. And that really helps you in your dental career going forward. That being said, I am not currently working because I have dedicated myself to doing the exams and the licensing process at the moment. And I think that HemaLatha and I did the course, the AFK course together. I believe I've seen her. And so I do think that we did the course together.
Yes, we
And
did together.
yeah, so it's interesting that, the world is so small. I'm so glad to see you here. Yeah. So, yeah. So she's right when she talks about time, the effort it takes. And I'm currently trying. So after you do the first exam, basically you have three main exams to do. So I've done the first exam, both of us, even HemaLatha has done that first exam. And then you're given the option of doing the second and the third exam either simultaneously, or you can do one first and the other later. So that's the idea. And generally people don't do it, at the same time, because every exam is super hard. And so no one wants to really go and do it all in one go. That being said, just like HemaLatha said about not being able to do the second exam because there were no spots, I faced the same situation. But instead of waiting, I decided to go forward and try to do the next exam. And I started preparation for the next exam. But unfortunately, just like her, because of COVID, I have not been able to do that exam. And just the other day, we got notice telling us that the exam has been canceled even for this December. And so unfortunately, I'm also in a position where I'm kind of stuck. But moving forward, it sounds contradictory, but yeah. So that's how this, just a brief overview, and I would love to go into the details of the different exams, what to expect, even in terms of finances, how much it goes into. A lot of people kind of underestimate the finances, and that's something that's really important when it comes to the licensing process. Um, career-wise, can you do a job while, studying for this? Can you, there are so many questions and so many things that we tend to overlook. And I would love to get into all of that in detail. But for now, I'm just going to just stop right here and hand the mic over to our next panelist. So thank you.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Sandy. That's a great overview. And I'm hearing a thread of you really needing to kind of take this process and understand that it's a difficult one, and really make sure that you surround yourself with good people and that you frame it in your mind that it's not going to happen overnight. So thank you for that. Our next speaker is Jaskirat Kaur. She is a very outgoing, adventure-seeking individual. Jaskirat also stands out to me as she actively pursued opportunities to gain experience while she was still in the college. I think, Jaskirat, you came to my office pretty much every couple of days for about a month, trying to figure out how you can get work experience to add to your resume. And it paid off. So I'm sure you're going to talk to us a little bit about that informal placement opportunity that you did at Dawson Dental. And Jaskirat works as a dental administrative assistant right now in North York. So I will turn it over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Julie. And I'm really glad being a part of this conference. And Angie, it is really nice to see you again. Dentistry was not actually a profession by choice. It was something that I got into. Well, most people sometimes they get into professions, and for one, seem to like it and liked it a lot. And I decided I would go ahead and pursue it. I graduated in 2017, and I still cannot forget the day because I graduated in 2017 December, and I was here within the next 4 days. Wanted to pursue my dreams. Back at home, dentistry is definitely a popular profession, but it's not. It's not that it doesn't have a lot of scope. You do not have that much of scope back home. And healthcare profession was a really rapidly growing industry in Canada. So I came in 2018, January. It was a pleasure meeting everyone. We made a lot of friends, and well, the best thing about healthcare administration in St. Lawrence were our professors and the help that we got from each and every department. I cannot thank enough. Starting from building resumes in the career center, taking help from the international department, professors that helped at each and every step. That was something that I really am thankful for. And I graduated from St. Lawrence program in 2019 April. It was something that I really would like to talk about. That during my last semester, when we have our capstone project, I submitted my capstone. I was trying to complete my capstone, and during that time, I went to Julie and I asked her. I said, "Well, I know that I have to continue in this profession. I have to go into a dental office." But guys, it's not easy. You need to have experience because every dental office, they have their own programs, they have their own softwares. And I did my research ahead of time, and I got to know that you need to know the basics of software. You need to know the basics how dentistry works in Canada. It's not the same way. Dentistry, well, the basics are the same, but the protocols, the regulations, they're completely different. And I asked Julie for help. She was extremely helpful. She stood by me. She gave me so many advices, and she gave me this recommendation. We tried a lot of dental offices. To be honest, she really helped me. We sent out emails to a lot of dental offices. I selected a few. I gave the names to her. She sent out the recommendation letter, actually an email. And luckily, Dawson Dental, it's one of the biggest corporations in Canada. I did get my entry as a volunteer, and I worked about 40 hours in a month. The reason why I planned this, because I knew in April I was going to graduate and I needed something ahead of time to be able to present myself to the manager or the hiring committee. And Dawson Dental was an amazing experience. I got to know that there are different sterilization protocols, how the software works in dental office, and how they work as a team. It really helped me. And the moment I submitted my capstone, I got my completion letter. I started off sending resume. The thing that I would really like to share with people is don't just send resumes. Always follow up with the dental offices. What our purpose, our main goal, main objective after healthcare administration is to definitely find a job in our field. And it's only possible if you're diligent and if you follow up with everything you've been taught. So I sent out resumes and I made sure that I called the offices, specific offices that I wanted to get into. I gave about 2 interviews. The first interview, it was in Barrie, and I spent about 5 days trying to learn the software. Didn't really help me. Manager was really frustrated. I didn't know a lot of things, but yes, I knew a few basics. So she was really positive about having me in her team, but didn't work out. The only thing that I learned from that failure is got to learn the software more. I learned from Dawson, then I learned from the second interview. And by the time I gave my second interview at North York, I kind of had the hang of it. And the manager was like, well, she knows the basics. She'll be able to handle that. And also, I would like to share that there are many dental offices that would hire fresh off graduates. They are not scared to hire graduates. It's like for them, we are this fresh mold that they can mold into their own office in the way they want. And it really helped. Well, I had my own ups and downs, but it worked out. And within the next 3 months after my probation, my manager was happy, my owner was happy, and everything worked out well. Healthcare administration definitely helped. And what I'm going to do next, I'm planning to get myself an entry into hygiene college. It's going to take me a few months because I have other things in my plate right now that I need to take care of. And I would definitely like to pursue health, hygiene, dental hygiene. And well, that's about it. Well, that's everything. Thank you.
I'm sure it's not everything, Jaskirat. I'm sure you've got more nuggets in there that you'll be able to share with us. Thank you so much for that overview.
Thank you, Julie. Really appreciate it.
I'm sitting here and I am so proud of how all of you have done. I'm grateful that we've had the opportunity to bring you guys back. And our next speaker is one of our most recent grads, Jannat Sharma. And when I saw what Janet was up to these days on LinkedIn, I went, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Janet is also engaged with the National Dental Equivalency Board's accreditation process. She's been working in dental offices, and she's also the marketing and administrative coordinator at Canadian Integration by Dental Education. So she's involved actually in counseling and guiding trainees about the process for their Canadian dental careers. So Janet, with no further ado, we will turn over to you. If you could turn your your video on and your mic, that would be great. Excellent, and you're still on mute.
Hello, Julie. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hi, everyone. So I still remember, like, when I recently came to Canada, you were the first person I spoke with. I mean, bugging you for all the letters of recommendation. I still remember, like, you had me going, like, guiding me on everything about, I think it was an opportunity to volunteer at Holland Bloorview in Toronto. So that kind of gave me the confidence to, like, just get going, like, just go and, show up and ask for opportunities, and slowly, like, everything, like, just falls in place. So what happened with me was I came for St. Lawrence as a healthcare administration student, kind of got an insight what the course is about, had my immigration process going on at the back. And then as soon as I got my permanent residency approved, I was like, by that time I had a fair idea of how difficult the process is for dentists over here. So like, generally from back home, people have kind of false expectations as to how simple the process could be. You just have to give 3 set of exams and that's how it goes, and then you're a dentist and you earn like good money. But it's not that easy as it sounds from like for an international student, to be very honest. I like healthcare administration was like the first stepping stone for me. It just helped me, like, just break the ice, like, get to know people, get to know Canadian healthcare and like the systems and how dental offices work. Like, because I was always interested in doing like volunteering things, and I started in Providence Care while I was in Kingston. The only issues I had over there was like I've always been a like metro city girl, even from back home. Kingston was too small a town for me to and live and like the opportunities and stuff. So it was kind of getting a little difficult for me to get in sync with what I wanted out of my career path. So as soon as I got the opportunity, I moved to Toronto, and then uh, uh, I got into like in the admission process of the boards, and then Slowly, I got a hang of all the dental offices. As Jaskirat was saying before me, yes, it is very difficult. Uh, Back home, the process of working in a dental office, as a dentist, is very, very different from how it is here, because there is no insurance related work that you have to do. Like, there are no softwares like that for scheduling, for following up, and everything. So it takes a while to get the hang of it. But once you know what you're getting into, it just like uh, everything just clicks, because once you start doing softwares in dental offices, more or less they're all the same. They're like probably 10 different softwares that you have to handle. So after volunteering in a couple of dental offices, I slowly started like knowing what the work is about. And it's like you have to schedule patients, following up on insurances, dealing with the predeterminations and how to schedule a treatment plan, look at the patient needs. And slowly, you're not, because you have already been doing it from back home. So you know the basic treatments and how you can like make the patient understand what the treatment process is about, and it's just about that. So slowly I started getting opportunities to work with, and then dental offices started like hiring me, and then I started doing temping work. And then with respect to the equivalency, I have always I was like struggling with the fact that my profile was created like a year and a half ago. So NDEB right now, they're acting like complete stepmothers with respect to the pandemic. All the timelines are they're like overwhelmed with work. All the timelines are not falling in place. Exams are getting postponed. People are not able to follow up. People are giving their fees, so they're preparing, and then the last moment they're canceling the exams. So it's like it's a financial burden right now, like dealing with the boards and everything, and it is an expensive process. What I suggest to people who want to pursue dentistry is like get your paperwork. You come here, get your profile approved, get your documents done, um, start preparing, right? Like, you don't need to come to Canada to start preparing. You actually can start preparing from back home, so that you're like confident enough that you can come here, give exams, save on your costs. There are so many things that can be sorted out if you plan properly from day one. I was a frivolous student back home. I did not do my homework correctly, and that's why, I had to like lose 2 years of my training in just the paperwork and getting things sorted. But if that's something that can be worked upon, I mean, it really, really saves a lot of your headache and financial burden on you. As for the financial burden is concerned, international dentists are also struggling to make ends meet, because if you're studying, it's really difficult to work and really difficult to like lead a normal lifestyle. Because if you're working, you're stressed. You cannot like put 100% into studying, and it is a very overwhelming syllabus to cover. So CIBC, there are a couple of financial prospects that help you in this regard. CIBC is the main one that gives you a line of credit. Get your credit score like handy, like get your credit score sorted, and then there are small loans as well that could help with the minimum rate of interest. But those are like once you've started. I mean, if you're like in waiting, then that gets a little difficult. Like, what do I do? Should I work? Should I study? Should I go to dental offices? Should I do this? I mean, there are so many questions, and then you kind of lose hope trying to struggle and trying to get your feet on the ground for all these things. I face the same problems right now where I'm working as a student counselor. I see like people who've been like me, who are at the same situation like me, and all that I say to them is that it is not that difficult of a process. It's just that proper planning is something that can help you sail through, because I've seen people who've landed, given exams, they have attained their licenses in about 2 years. So it's all about planning, like meticulous planning, so that you don't have to struggle and you don't have to lose hope. And I mean, it is difficult because it is overwhelming, the studies part, especially because you don't know what to do. These odd jobs, they take a toll on you. Like, you don't know, like, I mean, the only question that arises in your mind being a dentist from back home is like, is this for me? Did I come here for this? Because the expectations are way beyond. I mean, come with a flowery life expectations, and if they don't match up, then you like just fall flat. So proper planning is what I advise to every dentist who plans for Canada. And trust me, it is so worth it in the end. You like it is so worth it once you have your license in hand. I think I'm just going on and on and on, and I can like go on and on for like another 10 minutes. I'll just stop it at that, and then I'll let Julie take the lead.
Okay, great. You're talking about planning, and I think I'm going to jump in with the first question. I know we've got a couple that are starting to come into the chat box, but Janet, while we've got you on the screen, and you're talking about how to plan, know where to start. How important is it for students to reach out to some kind of organization in terms of knowing where to start and what to do and what the processes are? So how do they go about doing that?
So the first thing is, educating yourself. The NDEB website, you just go there, scroll everything, like just know everything that the site tells you about international placements and the IDAP program, how to get into universities. Do you have the GPA to get into universities? Um, do you want to go to the universities, or do you just want to take license? Do you have the financial ability for that? How to make a profile? What is the payment plan? How do you how are the exams divided? When you get a hang of the small things, then you can always approach different people. For instance, I'm not like advertising or anything, but Canadian Integration by Dental Education, they have their website. Just go ping them. Obviously I'll be the person answering, but just go ping them, ask them from questions. They give you references. They tell you, how to proceed forward. Because see, any dentist you meet who's going through the process, who's in transition, will always guide you. They understand what you're going through, and it may seem like, why would a person want to help you? But trust me, they're all the dentists over here, they are so much willing to give you advice, to help you. They want you to get strong on your feet, they want you to succeed. So just don't feel shy, ask for help whenever you want to. Ask for there are different groups. There's so many AFK NDEB groups on Facebook. Just post whatever you want to ask, and everybody gets back. It's like, you have to do your research, start like looking around for things.
Great, thank you. Are there any other panelists that would like to add to that?
Yeah, sure. If I could just, because I was waiting to say this, as a person who's actually done all 3 courses for all the exams and gone through the process a little bit more intensely, I think one of the questions that most commonly people want to know is, what is the overall cost? What are you need an idea overall how much you need to go all in or how much you need to save. And I would say roughly from 50 to 70,000 all in. I am including the dental material costs, the courses that you need to take, the even in terms of the exams itself, the registration fees and all of this. So that's the overall. And just for those people who are still trying to understand how these exams work, so like Janet was saying, you can go to the NDEB website, and that is the website, that's the National Dental Examining Board. And this is exclusively for the dental licensing process, whether you are a dental student here in Canada or whether you are an international dentist looking forward to trying to get this dental license. So how it works is that because we are international dentists, you need to go through something called as the equivalency process. And this equivalency process is basically their way of telling you, if you do these exams, you will be equivalent to one of our dental graduates. I'm sorry?
I think Janet's microphone was still on.
Oh.
Sorry. Or someone's. Okay.
So, I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay.
So that's how. So like I was saying, it's all about So they're basically telling you that you will be equivalent to our dental graduates here. After which you still have to write an exam along with their dental graduates, which is called as the written and OSCE exam. only after that will you be able to get a proper dental license to practice here. So all in all, as an international dentist, you have 3 exams, which will then give you the equivalency to write an exam along with their dental graduates. And then you have the written and OSCE exam. So overall, you have 4 exams basically to write. And the 4th exam is essentially 2 exams rolled up in one. So you can say 5. Well, that's a lot of exams. And that's something that I didn't really understand when I was looking at the site even. Like, I read through it, I went through it, and I did do a lot of research. At least I thought I did. But it's when I came here that I started the process that I came to the realization, oh, this is the way it goes, right? So one is, yes, absolutely go through the website. They have written everything there. Like, they have written, even they have statistics on the pass rates. So you know how many people pass through each exam even on the website. So they have to be very transparent. So they try to be. So it's all there. But in terms of financials, that's what I said. Like I said, 50 to 70,000 is what you definitely need to go through this process. Now, another question people ask is, can I do these exams without coaching or without, courses or anything? I would say it depends on you as an individual. Personally, I think that I wouldn't have been able to do these exams without coaching, because if you go on the NDEB website, they have a list of references that you need to go through and learn, and they have about like 3 pages worth of just the titles of names. So about 50 to 60 books. I mean, like proper standard books. And I personally don't think I'm the type of person that can buy like 50 to 60 books and go through each book word by word and kind of navigate the whole thing. So when you go for a course or go to an institute that specializes in helping you navigate all of these references and these books and kind of help you to understand how the exams go about, the good thing is they have done the work for you. That being said, doesn't mean that you don't go back and check. If you have any questions, you don't go back and check. No, I would suggest that if you have any doubts, if you think that, I don't understand this particular concept that they're talking about in the institute, you can always go back and check the references. But that's much more easier than the other way around, right? So I would suggest going for courses is better and beneficial because you can get through the process faster. Yes, it's more money, like in terms of finances, it's a little bit more on the pockets, but it's totally worth it. And if you go to a good institution, it makes the process much, much easier. And you get to meet a lot of people who are going through the same thing. So you can have study groups and things like that, which also is a game changer. So that's just, yeah.
Okay. HemaLatha, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, she almost covered everything, but as she said, it might take 50 to 70,000 to complete the course, and it's only if everything was cleared in the first attempt. But there were people who will not be able to clear in the first attempt because of different reasons, because of family. They have to take care of family, they have to take care of jobs and everything. So in that case, it might sometimes reach up to 100,000 even. So, but don't worry. This financial thing nowadays CIBC is supporting us and they are giving us the credit. So as I mentioned before, the only thing you need is a good credit history and NDEB registration. So if you have these 2 things, and one more thing is PR. So if you have these 3 things in hand, you'll get immediately after the registration, they will credit you with $30,000. And if you clear the first exam and if you go for the credit for the next exam, they will give you $80,000. So that might help you guys like a lot. So this might reduce the burden of finance to a little extent. And that's it, nothing much about finances. And as she said, going to a good institute always helps us to clear the exam and it makes the process easy. So people usually ask which institute is the better one and which institute to go. I would like to say science is science at the end. It all depends on us. It could be any institute, they only give us the outline and they only teach us the science. So it's on our part to do the rest of the research and to study and to be up to date. So I will not advertise any institute, but personally, if you ask me which institute I went to Prep Doctors for both my exams. I think it is doing a best job according to me. And yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Great. Pallavi, do you have anything to add to that one?
I surely do. I'm not gonna talk about NDEB anymore. I'm just gonna talk about some stuff. Like I also see some questions in the chat box.
Yes.
From Reshma, yes, we can surely do dental administrator. After completing the healthcare administration, you just need to know certain things, get yourself prepared for a good interview, and keep applying for the dental offices. Just keep on following up as well. You can surely get into the dental administration. And once you do, you get to know a lot of new things. And also, I see the other question from Avinash. Like, it's like totally my kind of question. Like, would you want to go for, like, if you don't want to go for dental track, go through whole lot of process. I just wanted to be like quick and get settled into my career. So after doing the healthcare administration, you surely can get into, let's say you can even apply not even the dental offices. You can get into the hospital settings as well. You can go for the administration in hospital, and then you can also, if you have like good skills and if you have good experience ongoing, then you can also get into the managerial roles. And that's what I did. I mean, I did the administration part first, and then I got to know more of the dental part, how it works in Canada. And I wanted to do something for which I'm like connected to the admin part, and also doing what is related to dental. So I chose dental hygiene as well. It's a really good program. I mean, for people who are not interested for going through the whole lot of NDEB process, they can either choose like administration as a career, or they can go for the dental hygiene, which is like linked to our dental part. Like in dental hygiene, you're just basically doing the cleanings, educating the people how to do the stuff. And being a dentist, I mean, we've already done the cleaning part. I used to love periodontics, so I love doing dental hygiene. That's another option. It's not expensive. It depends. There's like private and public colleges around in Canada, and it's well paid. And even if you move into different provinces like Alberta and stuff, it's really well paid for dental hygiene. And once you get the immigration, you're also helped by the OSAP, which is like a government loan that you're being assigned if you need to study further. So yes, there are a couple of options if you want to go for it. I mean, if you don't want to do the NDB part like me, there's a lot many options. So once you get into it, and you can always like reach out to me, we can discuss. But yes, there are options.
Great. And a question for Jaskirat. Being a dentist, does that make a big difference in terms of when you're applying for jobs, or does it actually, is it a benefit or is it a hindrance, I guess, when you're reaching out to apply for jobs?
To be honest, it's actually a hindrance. It's the other way around. I have friends who applied for jobs right after administration program. And well, when they used to go for an interview, dentists, they used to ask them if they could be their assistants. So I'm going to share a little story here about two of my friends. They are dental graduates. They did BDS, Bachelor's in Dental Surgery, back home with us. And when right after their program, they came to Brampton from their cities where they were doing their college. And to my surprise, well, I applied for administration because let's be honest here. After your healthcare administration program, you're gonna apply for your permanent residence. And you have to do that with the knock code of a job within a suitable knock code of healthcare administration program. My criteria and my aim and goal was to get that job as an admin. And well, a few of my friends, when they went for interviews, owners and dentists and managers, they hired them to be dental assistants. Well, they're working at the front too, but they are working as dental assistants. And to be honest, for people who do not want to continue dentistry, well, it's not the end of the world. Trust me. And I really agree with Pallavi. It's not the end of the world. You've got options. Me personally, I want to work in a hospital. Um, I really want to target a managerial position, but I'm open to a lot of opportunities. And let's go back to when my friends went for an interview. They got hired as dental assistants. They do not know a lot of things. And when they started their job, it was really difficult for them because, well, dentistry, I know the basics are the same, but ask people who've worked at dental offices, it's not really the same. Basics might be the same, but there are protocols that are completely different. There are laws guiding and abiding dentistry in Canada, CDHO, RCDSO. There are a lot of things that are different that we got to learn here. And a dentist from India being a dental assistant here without the certification or even trying to help, it's not possible. So yes, there are hindrances. For one, I never say that I'm a dentist there. Yes, we have our own path, we have our own ways, but at some point it is. And I remember I got this job interview for a dental office as a manager. There were different job duties that I thought that, you know what, I think I need to work as an admin another year to be able to be a manager there, because it's not an easy job. But again, there's nothing that's impossible. And if you really want to do it, you can. But you still need to get into the office, make your way into the dental office, see how it works. And as Pallavi said, once you get into it, you learn the tips and tricks. You learn everything. And that makes it really easy for us. That 1 year that we spent working at a dental office as admins, it made our life easy. It actually, we got to learn a lot of things, and we worked closely with the dentist, and they helped us a lot. I mean, for and my office manager, Cindy Kakos, I would really like to name her. Um, she works at 6 to 7 different offices. She started as an admin, and she wanted to get her entry portal into dentistry, wanted to become a dentist, but she ended up being a manager. And I would like to quote that she taught me something. She said that offices won't run until their administrators are present. Offices will never run without managers, admins, accountants. A dentist is just a dentist working with the patients. Yes, the most important person in dental office, but breadwinners of the dental offices are definitely dental hygienists, and the machinery of the dental offices is run by the managers and admins. So guys, please don't lose hope. There's nothing called the end of the world if you don't want to choose dentistry as a profession. If you don't want to become dentist, there are ways. Once you're here in Canada, I think you've got a lot of options. You don't have anything to worry about. My friends, some of our friends are actually thinking getting into the nursing profession, or one of my friends, she wanted to go into radiology. I'm not really sure about what kind of radiology she was talking about, but she wanted to get herself into that course. She was looking towards getting prerequisites course done. So guys, it, that's what, it's not difficult, it's not impossible. And if you don't want to go ahead with dentistry, don't want to go ahead with being a dentist, don't want to do the exams, it's just not the end of the world. There are a lot of things waiting for you.
Excellent. And with that, just a quick question about applying. What does that process look like if you do take a job as an administrative support in a dental office? Does it lengthen the time it takes?
Definitely. So once you're done with your healthcare administration program, like I said during my introduction, please be aware and plan ahead of time. Talk to your professors, talk to your peers, get recommendations, get the references, plan ahead of time. Most of the students who came from India or from all other parts of the world to Canada working at got into healthcare administration programs. Your goal is definitely to get permanent residence, okay? And for that, you need to plan ahead of time. Right, 4 months before your course is about to end, start to plan. Plan to get entry into dental offices as a volunteer. Um, I worked as a volunteer in Providence Care Hospital as well, and Pallavi did too, and it was really helpful. I most of my classmates, my batchmates in healthcare administration program, they worked at different offices as volunteers, and it really helped. So the first thing that managers and hiring committee they see in your resume is your experience. They know you're a dentist, but they want to know if you've done anything here. They will not give you jobs if you do not have relevant experiences. So you just try to get volunteer work, and it takes about a year, depends upon your points. Please calculate your points. Beware of your IELTS exam. It took me a year for experience to be able to apply for permanent residence. And the one thing that I think I should have done before is I should have given my IELTS exam way before that I give. I gave my IELTS exam after I complete. I think shortly before I was about to complete my 1 year experience in a dental office, I should have given it way before then, so that if I need to give it again, I'm not worried about it, and I'm not panicking that, oh my God, a year is going to complete and I do not have my IELTS done. And there's another thing that I had a few friends of mine asking me about that. How do you get them to sign a letter? How do you get them to sign a letter of experience? Well, you do not tell them about the letter of experience during the beginning. You need to earn trust. You need to start working there. You need to earn the trust of your manager, of your company that you're working with. You need to show that you're worth it. Because if they know you're worth it, they're going to do anything to keep you there. They will help you with all and everything in their power, whichever way you will ask them so. So please be vigilant, and please be resourceful about, and please have knowledge about the jobs. Do not go for any other job except for the ones in the NOC code, and do not go for dental assistant job. Just in case you're working as a dental assistant, you'll be happy, oh my God, I got this job, I got a good package, and I'll be working as dental assistant. Well, we are not sure if that owner is going to give you a letter of experience as a dental admin, and that's what you need. Dental assistant is not into the NOC code, specific NOC code that'll give you PR. It's a really simple process. It's kind of tricky, but you'll get all the help you need along the way, and you'll be good. But just beware of all the details and all the things you need ahead of time. Just make a list of all the things you need ahead of time. You need a job that's in the NOC code, and you need to get your IELTS done. And that's about it. But if you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer. I just don't see anything in the chat right now. Over to you,
Excellent.
Julie.
Thanks, Jaskirat. I see that we're a little bit over time now. I just wanted to provide a couple of minutes for each of our panelists to provide any closing remarks if you're still able to continue with us. And before people start leaving, feedback on this event is something that I'd be very interested in receiving as well. So if you can just put some comments in the chat box in terms of what you learned, what you're excited about, and if I can just get my panelists to go back and look at those questions, if there's anything that we've missed covering, if you wouldn't mind just kind of filling out a quick response to the question if it's something that's applicable to you. Okay, is everybody all right with that? So we'll go back to our panelists for kind of a 2-minute wrap up each. So kind of whatever you want to talk about. It's a bit of a wild card, and I know I didn't plan this one with you in advance. So hopefully there's something that just kind of sparks to mind. We haven't heard from Janet in a bit, so maybe we'll start with Janet. Then we'll go to Sandy, then Hema, and then we'll come back to Pallavi, and then we'll finish with you again, Jaskirat. Is that all right? If
Perfect.
we have Janet with
Thanks,
us,
Julie.
if Janet can, no problem.
Yes.
If Janet can turn on her.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry about the unmute mute glitch before. So yeah, I would just like to conclude by saying that yes, I'd like to add to one of the panelists what they were mentioning about how coaching is important. Yes, it is very important. It's actually see, AFK, that's the first part of the exam, is something that can be probably you can cover 70% of it by self-studying, yes. But if you want a good score, you cannot do it without the proper guidance of coaching, because they know, like they've already, as she mentioned, they've already done the homework for you. You just need to like focus on whatever they tell you is the hot areas of interest, or the hot questions, especially the mocks that they give. All of the coachings, I would suggest that all of them are equally good. It's just about doing your research and see what faculty fits you better with respect to the preparation for the boards. And as far as the dental administration part is concerned, as she was mentioning before, that yes, it is very difficult to get a job in the administrative part of dental offices. Yes, I mean, it's overwhelming in a way that, you know, the sterilization protocols are very different, and, you know, they're very strict about it, patient scheduling. And I mean, it's really overwhelming for an international dentist to come and, you know, just because they have it in their mind, you know, that I'm a dentist, and you know, I can always do all these things. But no, you know, you fall short in so many criterias when you actually go and apply for a job in a dental office. You actually don't know what is going on. Even the, like, to get into the details, even the instruments that they use have different names than the ones you use back home. Even the intermediate restorative materials, and, you know, the impression compounds, everything have different brand names, you know, different things that they use. And you feel very out of place when you start all this, that, you know, this is something, after spending 5 years graduating into dentistry, you think that, you know, you don't even know the basics. But it's not that. It's just about a different culture, a different healthcare setup. And if you like give your heart into it, like, it's not that difficult to crack, but it just requires dedication and hard work. I mean, and obviously like working on the customer service skills, because, you know, getting patients on schedule is also a part of the whole process. So I would say that, as she mentioned before, yes, Canada is a land of opportunities. It's not that the boards is the end of the world, because it is very difficult. The passing rates are very scarce. I mean, especially for the skills exam, it is so expensive. They fail you without any reasons. You keep on fighting. You know, you keep on asking them for a better grade. Sometimes, you know, the best of the people can make it. You know, you lose all your three chances after going through the whole process in the end. So yes, you should always have your like options open. And I would suggest like being like having conversed with so many international dentists, and, you know, seeing people get their licenses, practice. And I would suggest there should always be an option open to get into this managerial dental office positions uh, for any dentist who's going through the process, who's in transition, because this is a very lucrative field. It pays you well, and it's something that, you know, you can do. It helps you becoming self-employed in the end. You can always go into the consultant side of a practice, and yes, consultants are the heart and soul of any dental practice. Like, a dentist is just a specialist who performs. The whole setup that is like beside, like behind a dentist, is something that, I mean, it's not possible for a dentist to operate without his team and without the whole office setup. So it is a very technical task to. That is why they are so specific in hiring, because they want the team to be, you know, in resonance with everything. The mindset of the dentist, the manager, the scheduling coordinator, the treatment coordinator, the hygienists, the assistants. So everybody should have the same mindset. And that is why getting the jobs, they don't just hire anybody and everybody. That's it. I would just like to say that meticulous planning is the key for whatever you want to do, and success is bound to happen.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Janet. I really appreciate that. I think I said Sandy was next. I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Sandy, you're up for your closing comments.
Yeah, sure. So I just want to build on what Janet said, and my friends Pallavi and Jaskirat was also saying before, right? So we got so many different perspectives right now on, how to go about this whole thing. And first of all, I would like to reach out to anyone who wants to personally talk to me about the NDEB process, because like I said, I've been through each stage, and I still haven't gotten through because the exams are postponed because of COVID. But that being said, having gone through the whole thing, I now have a lot of understanding as to what people talk about in different respects concerning this. And so if anyone wants to reach out to me, please do on Facebook. My name is Sandy Mathews, very simple. And if you can't find me on Facebook for some reason, I'm there on LinkedIn as well. So you can drop me a message there. And I'm ready to help you all out to help you through this, because I completely empathize with anyone going through this process. It is a long and lengthy and arduous journey. And so I would just like to, give that out in the beginning. And that being said, like Jaskirat was saying again and again about, talking to your professors. You have amazing professors in this course. I see some of them here. I saw Angie out here. I saw Carla here, Julie, of course. And they are always willing to guide you and help you in every respect. So make use of that. Like, talk to them. They want to help you, and they're such great people in helping to guide you, especially because you've just come into a new culture, a new place. You don't know how to go about everything around here. Go talk to them. They're always going to be there to help you. So make use of that, and make use of this course in that way as well. It's a fantastic course. It's fun, and it kind of helps you kind of understand how different it is in India. Like, I'm from India, so from international basis, and how it is here in Canada. So please make use of that, and please make use of any resources that you're given, So that's what I would like to say. Any more questions about the NDEB process, please do hit me up, because I have a lot to say about that if I have to begin. So I want to just close off here. Thank you for having me, Julie. This was fun. And I'm so glad I got to talk to my previous mates, I would say.
It is fantastic hearing voices again and seeing that smile. So you keep smiling.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right, and we'll go now to Himalata for some closing comments.
So I just want to answer the last question by Kushpreet. She asked me what are the different courses for AFK, where she can go and how much does it cost. So there are different institutes. The most famous institutes what I heard about, so I'll give the names. So the first one is the Prep Doctors, the one which I went and Pallavi went. The second one is Confidentist. The third one is SIDE, and the fourth one is Golden Targets. So these are the few institutes what I know. These are in Toronto, but Prep Doctors is in Montreal, Calgary, and Vancouver. So you can go to different places. If you are in Vancouver, you still can attend Prep Doctors, and I guess Confi is also in Calgary and other places too. And one more institute is DSTC, sorry. So it's DSTC. So these are the 5 institutes I know. And coming to the cost, for AFK, the institutes will charge you around $5,000, and the exam fee will be around $1,000. And for ACJ, the institutes will charge you around 3,500 plus tax, I guess. And the exam fee will be $1,000.
Okay,
And
can you
okay, perfect. So yeah, now I'm continuing again. So as I said, ACJ, the institutes will cost you around 3,500 plus tax, and the exam fee is 1,000. For ACS, the institutes will cost you around $7,000 plus tax. That comes up to around 7,900 something, and the exam fee is 8,000 to 9,000, I guess. So this is the costliest exam, and usually people give this exam like the third exam. So yeah, as Sandy said, there is a lot more to know about NDEB. We can't wrap it up in one session. So if you guys have any more doubts, you can always reach me in Facebook, and my name is HemaLatha. It's just simple, so HemaLatha. And if not, I'm also in LinkedIn. It's HemaLatha Challagulla. Yeah, and thanks, Julie. Thanks for giving me this fantastic opportunity. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I was talking and my mute was on. Thank you so much, Himalata. I really appreciate that. There was a question in the chat box to repeat the names of the coaching centers, but it looks like Sandy has done that for us, so we're good. If we go now over to Pallavi for closing comments. Oh, she may not be with us. She will be on. Oh, there she
I
is.
am still here.
You're here. Awesome. All right. I can hear you. I
Yes.
just can't see you. There we go.
Can you see me now? Okay. So I just wanted to add, guys, just be open to your options. I mean, I know some of you might be like really interested to go for NDEB, and some of you might just be like, oh, you just want to get done with this stuff and get settled down. Be open to the options. There's plenty of options out there. One thing I forgot to mention before, which I just got to know, dentists are also, they can also go ahead for the nursing program. I mean, if you have done BDS from back home, you still can do nursing. I mean, it requires, I guess, few courses that you have to finish up online. And then once you're done, you can just get enrolled with the nursing. And the good part about it is that you don't have to spend like 4 years of nursing. You can just get it done in like 2 years. So I haven't looked a lot into it because I don't want to go for nursing. But if someone wants to pursue nursing, this is what you can go for. There are requirements also on the websites which you could check. And yes, I mean, if there's any questions, I try to answer most of them over the text. If there's any other question, I'll be more than happy to help. And yes, I just wish you guys all the best for your journey up here. And if there's any question or anything, you could reach out. You could ask Julie for the contact, or just you could reach out to us. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And one thing I'd like to add to that is Health Force Ontario has a number of resources in their Access Center for international grads to get in to see what it takes to do equivalency in various professions. So, and they also hold workshops, and during the pandemic right now, you can register and attend a workshop with them to kind of think about how to refocus your career. So they've got some professional career counselors as well that can help out. So again, that's Health Force Ontario, and we're all happy to share that information as well. Okay, so thank you so much, and we're over to Jaskirat for her final closing comments, and then I guess we're finished for the day. All right, Jaskirat.
We've heard a lot of things today, and I'm really thankful, Julie, for having us all here. But just want to let everyone know that, well, we've heard it all the time. We hear it all the time. We will hear it again in the future sometime, that nothing is impossible. There's nothing that is impossible. That's what I would really like to stress upon. You just need to make your way into the dental office if you really, really are interested in becoming a dentist or becoming a manager or becoming a hygienist. You still need to make your way into a dental office. So plan ahead of time, stay connected with your peers and with your professors. Really, really important. Cannot stress this enough. And just try to be social, be smart. I think these days hard work is really important, but not as important as the smart work. So work smartly and make your connections. Try to learn whatever you can. Whatever, life's gonna throw a lot of things at you, and you just need to learn how to handle it. And if anyone has any question in regards with anything in regards with resume or knock code, or what kind of job you need, or what kind of positions are available in a dental office, please, please, please reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to help. You can reach out to me at LinkedIn and on Facebook. If someone wants to reach out personally, more than welcome. And well, that's everything. Thank you so much for having us all, Julie. We really appreciate your time and effort.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Um, this panel has been stellar, and the information that you've provided couldn't be, I don't think, any better for our students. So I really, really appreciate that. And I know that some of our faculty members who are on this call too will appreciate that. And I'm not sure if any of them wants to say anything right now. If I'll give it a second to see if anybody wants to throw on their mic or there we go. There's Carla.
Hi, I just wanted to say I am so proud of all of you, and I'm just so excited, and I hope that you continue to stay in touch, and I can't underestimate the joy it brings a faculty member when you stay in touch and we can see all the wonderful things that you are accomplishing. And so I just wanted to say hello, and I'm proud of you all, and congratulations and continued success.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Carla.
No worries.
All right. And I know that you folks didn't have the opportunity of working with some of our faculty, Ekta Singh, for example. And I know that Angie was on here. I don't know if she's still on, or if she'll probably get angry for me asking her to jump on.
I'm here, Julie. I just didn't put any makeup on today.
We didn't plan this in advance.
Hi, everyone. I'll jump in. I'm not going to turn my camera on, but I just want to say that you as a group never cease to amaze me. And I think I told you this when I was in class, that your skills, your abilities, your perseverance, and your courage are phenomenal, and never lose what you brought to St. Lawrence College as you move forward on your journey. As faculty, we think of you all often, and I said in a message that I hope I posted correctly, just much continued success and stay well. Julie, I'm going to mute back out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, ladies, thank you. If anybody has any questions, hopefully they're going to follow up. They're going to find you. They can always approach faculty as well. We're here to answer your questions as best we can. However, I think the five very strong women that we've had as part of this panel, and it's not a manel, it would be a womanal, and I'm not sure how we say that, but we've got five very strong women on our panel today, which I'm very proud of. And I can't express my thanks enough to you. Typically, we would give you a gift at this point, and because we're kind of all over the place, I am going to make a donation to the St. Lawrence College Student Food Bank in your name. So hopefully that's a decent thing to do to express our gratitude. We really do, though, appreciate everything that you do and you have done for our students. Wish you all the very best in the future. Thank you so much, and stay in touch with us. Let us know how it's going. I can't wait to bring you back when you are the manager of the dental office, or when you're the dentist. Wouldn't it be cool if we had you guys all together like in one dental suite? That would be like the place where I want to get my dental care. All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies. I hope you enjoyed this panel as much as we really enjoyed having you on it. We will be posting links to it from our social media pages as well in the future, so you can share them with others if you'd like. Okay?